So, on today's episode of Stitch, I'm going to tell you about the time that I flew on a private jet. After I graduated college in 2013, I took my first job out in Rigby, Idaho. And part of my position was actually to work for Polaris because when I originally started working there, Polaris had just bought out Climb. So, I was the new designer that was being brought on to help with not only Climb's snowmobile collection, but also create the new Polaris collection. I moved out to Rigby in April, and then within a month, I was heading back to Medina, Minnesota to go to Polaris HQ to check out everything that they had there for like inspiration and just to get an idea of what the Polaris culture was like in general. So me and one of my fellow employees went back to Minnesota for this trip and really want to set the scene because this happened like right after I moved out to Rigby, Idaho. This was my introduction to what it was like working for an apparel company. The itinerary for the first day, when I looked at it, it was go to Polaris Medina headquarters, tour the facilities there, and then go up to their original headquarters, which is up in the very, very tip of Minnesota, and tour the headquarters there. And it was like, we're doing this all in one day. And I'm like, well, I don't think that's a very short drive. And then I realized, oh, we're taking the Polaris company private jet. I was like, oh my goodness. Ryan and I had neither of us had ever flown private before, so this was a new experience and we were super excited about it. So there was these smaller airports outside of the main Minneapolis International Airport, and we just literally like drove there, showed up 5 minutes beforehand, hopped on the plane, up the plane went, down it came in northern Minnesota. We toured that facility, flew back the same day. It was insane. It was like I was 20 years old at the time. No, I just turned 21. Like May was my birthday. So I just turned 21 and I was having the craziest experiences of my life flying on a private jet. And yes, it wasn't my private jet. I probably will never own a private jet, but it was a private jet nonetheless. And it was so cool. It was like I just went from riding public transportation 24/7 to moving out to Rigby, Idaho, and now I'm flying on a private jet. It was so cool. I was still getting paid basically peanuts at the time, brand spanking out of college. But hey, I was flying in a private jet, doing my design job, and having the time of my life working for Climb. If you go to school for fashion design, you might not be a millionaire, but there are opportunities to fly private. I'm just saying. Now the closest thing that I have to a private jet is my conversion van. I absolutely love. And I'm just hoping one day that I will be sponsored or something. Explorer Vans can do some insanely good advertisements for them because I would love to upgrade my van to another 9 pass Explorer van.